Hey guys, so today's a little bit of a chatty video and we're going to be talking about brands that I've stopped purchasing from. I've noticed that since I've been transitioning to cleaner, greener beauty, what I look for in ingredients when I look at products really changed. Moreover, me looking at ingredients more thoroughly really have changed because previously, I'd be attracted by the marketing and by the packaging and I wanted to have the whole luxurious experience or whatever. Nowadays, I'm much more focused on what I'm actually getting. So ingredient wise, I like tight packaging. I like something sleek. Hopefully, that's my favorite type of packaging. I want something sleek and simple and beautiful and luxurious to touch, good quality. That's what I'm looking for. So the brands I stopped buying from that I previously had purchased from a lot. Number one is going to be MAC for sure. I used to love MAC. I shopped at MAC a lot. I used to own lots of lipsticks from MAC and I still own a few of my very, very favorite colors because they're gorgeous. I really enjoy them. But MAC is not the cleanest company in terms of their quality of their products, in terms of the production. They do use lots of preservatives. They do use fragrance. It's not a bad thing. If you enjoy it, then power to you. But personally, I really want to pay for nourishing, beautiful, luxurious ingredients. MAC has a very nice range for professionals and, lots of very pigmented things, lots of things that are good for makeup artists. I'm not a makeup artist. Maximum of what I do is wedding makeup for my friends. Like that's my contribution to makeup artistry out there. And I've done very well. I've done a few weddings at this point in terms of makeup for the bride and the bridesmaids. Oftentimes I'm one of the bridesmaids. And I will continue doing that because it is fun for me, it's a good time, and I really like giving people what they like. But I am not a makeup artist. I don't do crazy looks. I don't do very much color. I don't do anything nuts like that. So I find that these professional brands, professional makeup brands, although great, they're not really necessary for me. I would rather invest my money more in, in greener, cleaner ingredients. And most of them are very performance oriented, not necessarily ingredient oriented. Performance is something I look for though, because I do work very, very long days. Another brand that I stopped buying from is Too Faced. There was a time several years ago that I kind of got entrenched and I purchased a couple palettes from them and a couple of products here and there. I was never like a huge buyer of Too Faced. But nowadays, honestly, I just walk right past the aisle where they are located in Sephora. I just don't care. This whole kitty packaging with cuteness and, I don't know, anime-like characters, I really don't care for it at all. It's like maybe it's for a certain demographic. Maybe some people are really attracted to it. It's repulsive to me. I feel like it's like, is it Claire's makeup? Like, why are we not doing beautiful, sleek, gorgeous packaging? Why are we doing kitty makeup? Like what is going on? And the quality of their limited edition collections is really crap. It has been for years. I don't know when it has been great. I just generally have been kind of disappointed with the products from Too Faced. And on top of it, the gaudy packaging. And I'm sorry if it's your thing. If you like that sort of packaging, good for you. Go purchase it. I'm not knocking you personally. I just feel like it's not the most tasteful. I mean, kill me. On the other hand, like, let's talk about packaging from the Balm. It's also colorful. It's also kind of cool. It's also different. This doesn't irritate me as much as Too Faced irritates me. Too Faced irritates me because I feel like it's trying to be anime. Here with the Balm, you have like a little vintage vibe. You have clever packaging that is maybe colorful, but it's also kind of fun and it's vintage and you can see the inspiration behind it. With Too Faced, I feel like I'm in freaking Claire's looking at toys. Anyway, let's move on because I feel like that can offend somebody. If it did, oh well, like if it offends you, maybe you shouldn't be so easily offended. Let's move on. Bobbi Brown and Laura Mercier. So I used to buy quite a lot from those two brands because really what they're geared towards, they do have sleek packaging and it's quite luxurious and feels very nice in the hand. And what they're geared towards is really a professional woman and her makeup. That's where they're going. That's their whole line is built around that customer. This is who they are selling to. And I like that. This is kind of what I want to buy. I want to buy things that are nice, wearable, easy to use, that are, you know, high performing, and just like an everyday kind of product that you're going to reach for. That's kind of what I enjoy in makeup. And Bobbi Brown and Laura Mercier both serve that population, serve that demographic in the market, which used to be right up my alley. But nowadays I'm finding myself really gravitating towards cleaner ingredients, better ingredients, more nourishing ingredients. And just green beauty is my jam. I really have been enjoying it and finding great products out there. There's some really good products out there, guys. So Bobbi Brown totally fell off my radar, and Laura Mercier, I'm still using some of my favorite products here and there, but honestly, I'm probably not going to be repurchasing from either of those brands just because I've been finding great things in cleaner segments. So they got inched out. I don't have the same disdain I have for Too Faced and their packaging and their whole marketing scheme, how they're selling to their products, to like the way they market, especially through the influencers, like in the weirdest possible way. I don't enjoy. Anyway, I'm done shitting on Too Faced. Let's move on. So Bobbi Brown and Laura Mercier, I have a lot of respect for these brands. I've used them for years and they're very good brands. They're just being inched out by cleaner options, honestly. That's exactly what's happening. Then we have YSL and Lancome. Actually, Chanel can be also put into that category for me at this point. These are the brands that have a ton of unnecessary ingredients in their ingredient decks. They're high-performing products. They are usually very beautiful. The packaging is always flawless. For Chanel, for Lancome, they usually have really beautiful packaging, and YSL has awesome packaging most of the time. I still have some YSL products. I don't have any makeup from Lancome anymore. I'm done buying from Lancome, mostly because Lancome hasn't been impressing me as much as some of the other brands recently. I've bought from Chanel fairly recently, but I think I'm going to cut Chanel out as well. Chanel definitely know what they're doing with makeup. They have very beautiful formulations. Their color selections are usually completely on point. I have a few Chanel products to get through, so I will continue to use what I have, but I think I'm going to stop buying from them altogether. My last purchase was this winter for the winter collection, but I think I'm kind of good. Like, I have a lot of clean makeup that I actually enjoy more than a lot of my Chanel products. So I think I'm good with Chanel. I think YSL, I've never been so super impressed with that I would continue purchasing from them. And YSL, Lancome, and Chanel, all three of these brands unfortunately use a ton of fragrance in their products. And I can't figure out why. I think fragrance is like usually pretty high up in the ingredient deck. They put a ton of fragrance. It always smells like a freaking perfume whenever you open a bottle of whatever product from one of these three brands. Not good for people with sensitive skin. Fragrance can be quite irritating. I've been struggling this year in the winter with eczema around my eyes. And this is sort of weather induced. I've had that before. I am prone to eczema. Some winters I have it, some winters I avoid it. This winter has been quite stressful and I have developed some eczema. You don't want fragrance on that. You want the most gentle possible ingredients. You want minimal ingredients. Very nice and moisturizing and nourishing and minimal. You don't want fragrance, you don't want fillers, you don't want tons of preservatives. You want cleaner things on your face when you have sensitive skin, which I do. I have sensitive skin. So I think for me at this point, because of my skin type, it's sensitive, it's quite dry, I would much rather nourish it with better ingredients, with something much more clean and as minimal as possible in terms of ingredient deck, because I really don't want to irritate my skin any more than I need to. And fragrance, there's just no place for it. Okay, add a little bit of vanilla extract or something. Add a little bit of cocoa for the smell if you want to scent something. Do it in a way that is non-irritating if you're a makeup brand. There's no necessity to use fragrance in foundation, for instance, or powder. It's just not necessary. It's not needed. It's bad, not good for your skin. And I think we should just stop doing it. Can makeup brands just stop doing it? it's easy, just exclude it. Tell me if there are any brands that you have been stopping purchasing from, if you've ditched any brands specifically. I really want to know because I'm curious why people stop using the things that they're using. For me, we can tell, ingredients are super important, and packaging that is not gaudy is super important as well. Call me shallow, but this is what I like, and I think it's okay. I think I've been really gravitating towards much cleaner, better ingredient decks, and I think I'm very happy with it. As we age, also, we should not overload our skin with things that we don't need to have in our skincare and makeup. We just don't need them, so maybe let's clean it up a little bit. I'm very excited that many companies are moving towards cleaner formulations. I'm really excited that there's a ton of clean green beauty coming up, and the product quality is getting better and better in that segment of the market. I think it's going to be no problem in the next 5 years for most of us to transition to that sort of beauty, mostly because it's going to be easy. The formulations are going to be great. They are already pretty gosh darn good, so I'm having a pretty easy time finding excellent clean green beauty alternatives, which I'm going to continue sharing with you. But these are the brands I basically stopped buying from and will not be buying from in the future. Again, leave me down below what you would stop buying from, if you do have a list of those. And that's it for today. See you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Good luck. Bye.